Now, from Into Tomorrow, this is an ITTV special report.
IBM's cloud-based service delivery approach provides a solid foundation that allows devices and appliances to be connected and instrumented as part of a smarter home. Some pretty cool technology here. With us again on the program is the General Manager for Global Electronics Industry with IBM, Bruce Anderson. Hey, Bruce, welcome back Into Tomorrow.
Thanks, Dave.
You guys have a cool slogan here at IFA that you have announced, and I'm loving it already. Devices are talking. Are you listening? We're going to find out right away. What does that mean? I love it, but tell me about it.
Absolutely, Dave. So, we've been here for the last few years. We've been talking about things about connected devices. It was really actually very encouraging at the kickoff for IFA to hear both the Mayor of Berlin, one of the ministers of information technology, the IFA president, all talk about how connected devices there. Because I think when we were talking a few years ago, this was really not even on the radar screen.
Yeah, well, exactly. You barely heard it at all. And then in the last few years, you heard it, but nobody knew what it meant. And okay, great, but what are they doing?
Exactly. And so, as you look at it, part of the first challenge was really to capture all the data that was available to the devices that we have in our home, be they entertainment devices, security devices, white goods, etc. And most of these things were really not set up to capture all of the interactions they were having with the consumer. But we're seeing more and more now, more sensors in place, more storage capability in place. We're seeing models of PCs and cell phones that are recording actual use data. And the use data is very important, especially to those that are trying to service these devices and keep the consumers happy. So as the devices are talking, you've really got an option as a consumer electronics manufacturer. Either you're going to leave that data all locked in the device and force the consumer to bring it back into the store or send a technician out to their home for the larger devices, or you're going to connect that up so that you can make sure that consumer is getting as much value and having as much enjoyment from that device as possible.
And what a great reason to have devices connected. I mean, we joke about whether our toaster will text us if when the toast is ready or not. Who knows? But if the fact is that you can, or now look at it as a maintenance scenario, there's this element burned out. If you're wondering why your toasts aren't working, well, somebody gets notified of that and knows what to do to fix it.
Well, absolutely. And, there obviously are those devices like a simple toaster where the consumer may not find as much value.
Yeah.
But they're investing, hundreds and thousands of dollars in some of the more sophisticated devices. And we really feel that if they don't have the same kind of the ultimate user experience, right, where they're having a lot of satisfaction, they're really going to shy away from using those devices. And you bring up a good point, about when these devices are connected, that text or that information has to really go somewhere and give them some value back. And I don't know if you caught it, but this is IBM's 100th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
You don't look a day over 50.
Good guess, good guess. But we've had several celebrations throughout the year, but one of them was we actually took on Jeopardy. All right, so we built a computer, deep Q&A, that Watson that actually defeated the reigning Jeopardy champions to the most winning and the longest streak. And if you look at that technology...
And I want you to set up an interview with Watson, by the way.
You would like that.
Everybody else at IBM says, oh, great idea, but nobody's done it. Well, he's really concentrated now on the medical field. Hey, he was on a game show. Let him come on Into Tomorrow. Or he or she or it.
Dave, if you come over to the booth, we've got Watson running in the booth. You're welcome.
We'll interview Watson.
Okay.
So
see what if he gives you the same answers that I am, right?
Yeah, there you go.
But if you take a look at that, what we essentially did was take millions and millions of documents that were relevant to that game show, and we brought them into Watson, built an amazing amount of indexing around those documents, more than you'd ever see in any search engine, and then really used the natural language capability to answer those questions. And you asked about, what are we doing in the medical field on this? And so sure enough, we were able to show that presented with the same symptoms, we were able to actually diagnose the disease and knock this down to a very small number of possibilities very, very quickly. So you'd say, well, that's great, Bruce, but this isn't a medical show, right? This is Into Tomorrow is about consumer electronics.
Yeah.
But now I want you to just substitute a few things in there. Substitute for a patient a broken consumer electronics device in a consumer's hands. And instead of your doctor, you've got a technician who has never seen this particular problem before. And what if the device could actually text in to Watson here's what's going on me right now. Here's all the relevant information about what's happening inside of me. And I can tell you the consumer looks really angry too because I got a camera, right?
Yes.
And coming back to that technician, or maybe direct to the consumer, or maybe direct to the device, is the answer for what we need to do in order to fix that. And so when we talk about devices talking, they've got to be connected in order to relay that information. Are you listening means, are the manufacturers really able to take all of their corporate knowledge about that device and deliver exceptional value? And a lot of the manufacturers are sitting there saying, well, Bruce, what's in it for me? I mean, I got it, but this sounds really expensive. If they take a look at all the money they're spending on warranty and claims and things like that and driving that down. So, a lot of our white goods especially, the total profit on the warranty gets wiped out with the first phone call from the consumer. Starts ramping up the cost. They send the truck out to fix it. All the profit is gone. If all of a sudden you can start to fix more of those problems using technologies like Watson, having the devices talking, having you listening, you can really make a big difference in the fundamental cost structure of service and support.
And of course, we expect Watson and IBM to be at the forefront of this, because look at all the advantages as we head further into tomorrow. Our homes are getting smarter, which generally means all these devices are getting smarter. They should use their smarts to help us, the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. They should be learning devices. They should get smarter, but also the support behind them needs to get smarter with every question. And that really was the reason for using Jeopardy, because as Watson went through the categories, he also got smarter with every question. If he was wrong, he actually got smarter from it. And that's the way consumer electronics need to be supported in the future.
Love it. Well, you want to see what Bruce and his team are up to, check out ibm.com/electronics. And you'll see the team working very hard, doing all kinds of cool things. And of course, partnering with many companies, manufacturers all around the world, to say, here's how you can go from energy efficiency issues to just simple repair, whatever the case, make these appliances and devices of all sorts smarter.
Yep, absolutely.
Love it. Thank you, Bruce. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program and open our eyes even more. And one day, we're going to get Watson on the show. You can come with him, but we're going to get Watson on.
Are you sure it's a he?
That's what I don't know. See, that would be the first question. So what exactly are you? How do I refer to you? And we'll see if we can mess him or her or it up.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Again, ibm.com/electronics, intotomorrow.com as well, of course, for links to all of our guests, all the videos, and of course the highlight videos, all the cool stuff, video snacks galore, a plethora of cool things from here in Berlin, all at intotomorrow.com.